the Sand Wasp. In order to change the bullying equation in your school, we got to change our approach. I want to tell you how to do that with the story of the Sand Wasp. And I'm going to draw as I tell the story. You might say, where do sand wasps live? Well, they live in the southwestern United States, Arizona, New Mexico, western Texas. And I'll just draw a little cactus here, kind of show us where they live. So they live in the desert. Now specifically, sand wasps, as it sounds, they live in the sand. They live in these little burrows in the ground. That's where they live. And I'll even draw you a picture of the sand wasp, right? Sand wasp looks like this of sorts. Yeah, I know, it's an awesome picture. Thank you very much. So that's the sand wasp. Now the sand wasp, those guys are very successful because they've done a certain way of survival that they've done for a long time. And this is what they do. Well, they're hunters and gatherers, so they go out and they look for food. They don't have any arms or legs, so when they get the food, they put it in their mouth. When they get their food, then they go back home. They hightail it home, they go to the burrow, they put it outside of the burrow, they go inside to make sure everything's safe, then they come back out, they get their food, then they go back in, and then and only then do they eat their food. And that process has been very successful for sand wasps. It works. Scientists, though, they wanted to see what would happen if they did something a little different. So scientists went out and they checked things out. They hid over here behind the cactuses, right? There's my little scientist, right? And they wanted to observe this firsthand, and they saw that the sand wasps did exactly that. They would get their food, they would put it in their mouth, they would come to the burrow, they would put the food outside the burrow, they would go inside, make sure everything's safe, come back out, get their food, go back in, and then they would eat it. Scientists, though, wanted to change things up a little bit. So one day they saw a sand wasp, and he indeed found food, and he put it where? In his mouth, right? Came to his burrow, they put the food outside the burrow. The sand wasp went inside to make sure everything was safe. Scientists then came, got the food, and moved it. I don't know what you would do, but if I came out of that burrow, my food was gone, I would do what? Look for it, right? So the sand wasp went and looked for it. They found it. They put it where? In their mouth. Come to the burrow. They put it outside the burrow. They go inside. They check, make sure everything's safe. Scientist comes, moves it again. Sand wasp comes out, goes looks for his food, finds the food, puts it in his where? In his mouth. Goes to the burrow, puts it outside the what? The burrow. Goes inside. Scientist comes, moves the food. Sand wasp comes, goes look for it, puts it in his where? In his mouth. Here's my question. How long will this continue? Well, if you've said forever, that's incorrect. This will actually last until the sand wasp dies. In fact, 9 times out of 10, sand wasps are found with food in their mouth. What does it tell you and me? I think it tells you and me that if we continue to do the same things over and over again, expecting the same result, a different result, it's not going to work that way. We change things up a little bit in the life of the sand wasp, and they continue to do the same thing, and they end up dying physically. We change things up a little bit in your school. Maybe we introduce a bully or two, and if we continue to do the same things that were successful before, but now things have been changed, we're not going to find success. And so what do you and I need to do? Well, this is what's called becoming defenders of other people. So instead of just going along our merry way and doing the same thing over and over, that we will have the eyes to see and the ears to hear and help those that are out there getting hurt by those that are bullying us. Because if we continue to do the same thing over and over again, we might end up dying ourselves, not physically, but internally, and watching those around us suffer over and over again because we have chosen not to do anything different. In order to make a difference, we got to be the difference.